Hey family, I'm SNwadiei. I'm HYBASIA, helping your brothers and sisters in Africa. And I'm also the Creole Grill Test. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing fine no matter where you are in the world. Y'all, as you know, I look at lots of different things on social media, and I do reflect on them sometimes when I'm so motivated. Child, I've been seeing all this backward and forward of Pan-Africans talking about other people and vice versa. Some people telling you, don't move to Africa. It has nothing to do with you. And then other people saying that we come from all of Africa, it's all ours. Even though during the transatlantic Ma'afa, most of us, and I emphasize most of us, came from West Africa, y'all. I've done DNA, and whatever little North African or East African I have is so small, y'all. Petite. The majority of my DNA is West Africa, with a good concentration in Nigeria, Cameroon, some Ghana, and amazingly, the Senegambia area, meaning Senegal, Gambia area. I feel most connected to the Gambia because it's so similar to Galveston, my island home, where I was born, y'all, and I feel very connected too. But anyway, y'all, I've always said, if you've been following me, don't travel broke. Do not travel broke. Do not travel broke. Always have a plan when you go. Whether you want to go with a group, that's fine if that's your first time traveling. It's safer, alternative, and everything. And you have to decide what kind of group you want. Do you want a tour group? Do you want an investment group? Do you want a group that's somewhere in the middle? Well, you can always do that if that's what you so choose. Watch the people's videos. Find out from people who've gone on the tours, if possible, how they felt about it. Research it on the internet. See if they've had any bad reviews, etc., until you're satisfied. And then if you want to pay your money, if you feel like they're legit, go ahead on. And when you go individual, y'all, I've always said, pick the option that's safer. Just because you could go somewhere for 1/3 of the price or 1/4 of the price, don't mean you should. Even if you're traveling solo, because that may be the unsafer option. You ever heard of you get what you pay for? You may have more security at places like Airbnbs, hotels, well-known guest houses. That would be my advice to somebody traveling by themselves. I use the Airbnb app. I've used the Booking.com app before, but that's my choice. But that's just some things just to think about when you're first starting. The apps are free to download, and you can just take your time looking. It doesn't cost anything to look and make a little itinerary, see what you'd like to do, your interests and all of that. And y'all, when I travel, I use private transportation because it's safer. And if you like the way the taxi driver is, by all means, get his information or her information and call them, build a relationship with them so you can use them for the remainder of the time that you're there, if you so choose. Not doing all of that, getting into one vehicle to the next vehicle to the next vehicle, trying to save money. Maybe if you want to stay somewhere long term, that may make sense. But y'all, not for me. It's all about safety. Because people are also doing videos about people's safety in the motherland. And people's safety in other places like the USA. Y'all, nothing is promised to anybody, no matter where you are in the world. Because people are the same everywhere. And I advise you to be safe no matter where you are, whether it's in the United States or wherever in the diaspora or in the motherland. There's no need to throw caution to the side because you're fantasizing where you are to be heaven annex. There's no heaven annex in this earth. It's just not, y'all. No place I've been anyway. But anyway, guys, if you want to relocate, travel first. Have an extended stay as long as you can afford to stay, whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, or whatever. I even have stayed 6 months in the Gambia before because I just wanted that experience and it was fine. And now I'm satisfied with going backward and forward. But that is my choice, y'all. Y'all know we have the HYBASIA Food Forest project in Jambanjelly, where we teach permaculture and empower our brothers and sisters to self-sufficiency. Can always decide when you're traveling, is that something you like to do? Do you like to work with nonprofits? If you do, research them before you go. See if they're accepting volunteers from other places. Find out if there's a cost related to staying somewhere. Housing, and transportation costs, things like that. Always research, research, research. Your safety is on you, guys. Register with the embassy. If you have a fear of not being safe, it cut down on the paranoia by registering with the embassy from wherever you're from. And you can also build relationships with people online or on the social media before you go. Not to say you put your whole trust in them, but you'll have some networking going on. And I think networking is important. I do. It's better to start off with somebody as a beginning than to just go somewhere and don't know anything about anything. And y'all, when you travel, make sure you find out what you need to do to stay connected. Some people's phone companies have special plans that when you travel, you can use that plan without extra charges or for a minimal charge. Now, my company, I don't feel that way. But it's free Wi-Fi calling if you use that WhatsApp and you to call somebody else that has a WhatsApp and you're connected to Wi-Fi. So check into the WhatsApp and download the app before you leave wherever you are, because the internet is terrible sometimes in those developing countries. I know in the Gambia, the internet is not good, y'all. Too slow. So I download my apps before I go back. Realize that the internet speed is very slow and that if the electricity cut off, there goes your Wi-Fi. you know. But now if you have data on your phone, you can switch to data and do what you need to do, including calling people. But just check on everything before you go. Again, have money. You know how you roll, so you know how much is a lot to you or just the right amount to spend. But no, Africa's not cheap. It's just like being here, because your standard of living is your standard of living. There's no such thing as giving up, lowering, no such thing as lowering your standard of living for improved, quote, safety. Because safety is relative, y'all. When you give up one thing for another. Because sometimes both things are true, depending on which way you're looking at it. Just because you fantasize stuff happening somewhere else doesn't mean that's how it is when you get your boots on the ground, your sandals on the ground, your barefoot on the ground. Not everything shines is gold or diamonds. You got to realize that nowhere is perfect. And where you think that you live in one Babylon, realize it's a system that's worldwide. It's a system that's worldwide. So you have to choose what's best for you once you get where you're going. That's all I can say, y'all. That's all I can say. Don't relocate anywhere before you go, no matter where you're coming from, whether it's the motherland or here in the USA or anywhere else in the diaspora. And if you're going to relocate, make sure you have a plan, whether you already have a job waiting for you with that letter in hand saying you have that job, or you know you can keep working online and you already have a successful business online, that you already have funds to live on for a year or two if you decide to start a business somewhere, realizing that you have a cost of doing business until times get better, especially if it's a place that depends on tourism. Because sometimes tourism is good and sometimes, y'all, it's very slow or non-existent. Sometimes it's seasons. I know in Galveston we work around those seasons with different events and stuff. I mean, it's a whole Visit Galveston thing going on. We have a conference every year to learn how to get people to come to Galveston and stay overnight. Bring the heads to the beds, so to speak. But anyway, y'all, if you have any questions, let me know, y'all. And remember, even if you do go abroad to get education, get a marketable skill, just like I tell any of my relatives, a marketable skill, whether it's in medicine or whether, like, say, nursing, pharmacists, doctors, whatever, something, research that actually can get jobs when they're graduating, not something that you cannot get a job in and you'll be having to drive through an app to try to make a little money, or work taking care of people, cleaning them up or something for minimum wage with a degree. Make sure it's marketable, y'all. I was a nurse, and my grandfather told me, as long as the world be world, there's always need nurses. And he was right, y'all. Because even when I tried out real estate, insurance sales, Discovery Toys, Mary Kay, You said I might have tried it to make money. But there's no get rich quick anything, y'all. Who was making the money was the people who was selling us those classes to be a better insurance agent, to be a better real estate agent, to be a better marketer for selling insurance. Classes for securities, mutual funds, you know. It was so many different things, y'all. You chasing a dream and losing more money than you making. Losing more money than you making. Just don't make no sense, y'all. Nursing always paid the bills. So that was a good advice my grandfather gave me. And that's what I give people too. If you're going somewhere and you're not trained in anything, you don't even understand the language, you cannot speak the language fluently, don't go anywhere until you can. Speak fluently. Understand the language. Can afford to go and get educated in a marketable skill. Don't relocate until then, y'all. Don't want y'all to end up houseless and on the corner with a cup trying to ask for funding or making videos asking people to send you money for your own personal use. I'm all for fundraising for nonprofit organizations, but the individual ones, because you didn't plan and you're somewhere starving because they don't have social services, that's just sad, y'all, and uncalled for. Plan. Go enjoy yourself. Life is good when you do it on purpose. Until next time, y'all, I was just giving y'all some advice from the Creole Grill Test after seeing things that people were saying, that they seeming so upset about it, y'all. When it's nothing to be upset about, you don't have to join any organizations or anything unless you want to, because once you do and you give them money, you're not getting it back. And they may promise you heaven, but give you the opposite. Once you get people money, that's it, y'all. If you find groups that's doing good and you want to do good, help them, y'all. And don't think donating to a nonprofit organization is a scam. It's not. It's doing good for the world. It's helping make the world a better place. It's investing in people. Whether it's HYBASIA or some other group, research them first. If they got videos for you to see what they're doing, because people always say, folk, take your money and you can't see nothing they did with it. Well, we document what we do on HYBASIA every Sunday. We have so many videos now, y'all, that you can see our food forest from the beginning stages until today. But like I said, when I'm talking in general, y'all, I'm not just speaking of HYBASIA. I'm sure there's other groups out there that's doing good for the world. But research them first, that's all. See what they actually doing, that you can see that they're doing something other than personal donation for their own self. Whether it's to buy them whatever. Because I ain't gonna even say, because I don't want nobody saying I'm hating or nothing. But if they're getting it for their own personal use, whatever, instead of for the greater good, for a community, or for the future, or both, or for the empowerment of a community. Because you know, when you build a community, you're building a place that'll be a happier place for you to live. Whether you're living there for a month, 6 months, or for years, your environment changes when the people around you are empowered to grow to the next level, and the next level, and the next level. And it makes the world a better place. Instead of complaining about people doing something or saying it ain't nobody like that no more, become the person that's like that, or support the person that's actually doing good in the world right now that you can see with your own eyes, whether it's on video or in person. But the choice is up to you, y'all. Research, 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 and then you decide. There are people in the world that's doing good things for the community, whether it's in your local area or in the world. We're not all here for the same purpose, y'all, or the world would be a boring place. So anyway, until the next time, y'all, peace, peace, power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.